TOMIERU or TOMIETE. The grammar of TOMIERU or TOMIETE is mean that it seems that something. That means you are not sure that it's true or false, but from your feeling, from your opinion, from your thinking, it might be something like this. So in Japanese, you can say, or you can use the grammar TOMIERU. In Japanese, when you use the grammar of TOMIERU, you can use with the verb casual form, the noun, nominative, and adjective. But what you should remember when you use the verb, you should change the verb to be the casual form. And for the noun, after the noun, you should follow by da. And nominative is just the same that after the nominative, you should follow by da, and then follow by TOMIERU. And for adjective, you don't need to change anything. You can use in that way. And follow by TOMIERU. And as you see here, for the after you've used the TOMIERU, that means you can use in kanji as the first one, or you can use in hiragana, and sometimes you can use just mieru, or sometimes you can use the miete. It just has the same meaning, that it seems that something. So to make more understand, to use about the grammar of TOMIERU or TOMIETE, we will go to see some example together. The first example in here is there. 彼は病気だと見える。彼は病気だと見える。Which means that he appears to be sick. He appears to be sick. And for the second sentence, you say, 彼は運が向いてきたと見える。彼は運が向いてきたと見える。Which means that luck seems to be heading his way. Luck seems to be heading his way. Let's consider the first sentence. They said that 彼は病気だと見える。He appears to be sick. That means you don't know about him, the health of him, right? But from your opinion, or just from your eye, you see that he seems to be sick. So in Japanese, you can say 病気だと見える. You just look the situation, look the performance of that person, and you think from your opinion. So, and you just guess. So when you want to explain the situation like this in Japanese, you can say 病気だと見える. He appears to be sick. And for the second sentence, they say 彼は運が向いてきたと見える. Luck seems to be heading his way. This means when you see some people that do something smooth and no problem, no trouble, everything going well. In a situation like this, you can say the lucky come to his way, right? So the situation that you can say in Japanese, 運が向いてきたと見える. When you see somebody doing something going well, no problem, no trouble. So the person like this maybe his or her lucky come to the head of the way, so no problem, everything going well. So the situation like this, you just think from your opinion, and you can say 運が向いてきたと見える. Something like this. That means from your opinion, your idea, that the truth is true or false. The reality is true or false. You don't know, but you just think from your opinion. So you can explain like this. The next example, Yamada-san wa isogashi to miete. Kono goro denwa shite mo konai. Yamada-san wa isogashi to miete. Kono goro denwa mo shite konai. Which means that Mr. Yamada seems busy now, which may be why he hasn't called. Mr. Yamada seems busy now, which may be why he hasn't called. In this sentence, we see that they use the adjective e, right? Adjective. In here, adjective is isogashi, right? So when you use the adjective, you don't need to change anything. You can use in that form. So I use here to say isogashi to miete, right? To miete, which means that use in your opinion, from your thinking, you think that Mr. Yamada seemed to be busy. So to explain something that you can say isogashi to miete. And why we use miete? Why we do use mieru? We use miete because we want to connect to another class. In here, we want to connect the first sentence, which means Mr. Yamada seem busy, right? So Yamada-san wa isogashi to miete, right after that you flow by a plus. Kono goro denwa mo shite konai, which means he hasn't called you, right? He hasn't called you for the reason. So when we use the miete, when we want to connect between two sentences together to be one sentence, and we use the mieru, we just end in that point. We don't need to continue the sentence. So in this case, we can use miete and connect by the following sentence. Kono goro denwa mo shite konai, which means he hasn't called you because he seems busy, or Mr. Yamada seems busy. Let's see the next example. 彼は苦労したと見えて、実際の年齢より老けて見える。彼は苦労したと見えて、実際の年齢より老けて見える。Which means that he seems as if he has worked very hard through his life, since he looks older than his actual age. He seems as if he has worked very hard through his life, since he looks older than his actual age. In this sentence, let's say 彼は苦労したと見えて、苦労 is mean work really hard, right? So you can see somebody, right? Somebody work really hard, right? 実際の年齢より老けて見える which means that he looks older than his actual age, right? Somebody, the age is still young, but when you look at the body, it's too old than his age. So because he worked hard, right? So the situation like this, they can explain like 苦労したと見えて、実際の年齢より老けて見える which means that he works very hard, right? So which make him to be older than his actual age. So in Japanese, when you say like this, you can say 苦労したと見えて、実際の年齢より老けて見える。実際の年齢 is mean that the true or the actual age of him. より老けて which mean that he older than he's actually A. Thank you very much for watching my video clip, and please help me subscribe my channel if you haven't. And I hope to see you about learning Japanese language about the next video. Bye bye. ありがとうございました。